Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Sarah, and I am a mom of 5. I have 4 boys and 1 girl. My oldest is 9, and my youngest is 13 months, and they stair-step in between those 2 ages. So I figured that today I would bring you along on what a weekday morning routine looks like as a mom of 5. This particular morning was a Tuesday, and the older kids were going to be heading off to school. Paxton had preschool, and then myself and the younger 2 children were going to be heading to our church for my weekly moms group. We have moms group every Tuesday morning at 9:30, and I love it. It's a great time for me to go and connect with other moms and just kind of get to be myself. They have childcare, and so I kind of just get a little bit of a break midweek, which is super great. So since I had somewhere to be this morning, I went ahead and got up early and took a shower and just took some time to get myself freshened up. I brushed my teeth, did my moisturizer, and then I had decided that I was going to wear my hair curly on this particular day, so I went ahead and put some of my product in my hair. I have extremely naturally curly hair, so if I don't use a lot of product, my hair's crazy. But I actually like this stuff that Great Clips, of all places, sells. It's like a curl cream, and I feel like it really keeps the frizz in check and still gives you kind of defined curls. So I actually originally bought it for McKinley, but I end up using it more for myself, which is hilarious. But I went ahead and did all of this before I went downstairs to get the kids ready for school. I cannot even begin to explain how refreshing this view was this morning. It has literally rained in my state for weeks, and there was sunshine today, and it was actually like high 50s, and it was amazing. So that sunshine was an amazing thing to see before I went into Grant's room and got him up. I still nurse him in the morning. That's the only time he is still nursing. Like I said, he's 13 months, and after he nurses, I like to just sit and snuggle him and really take in these baby moments before they're gone, because he's almost done nursing, and I don't know how many more days we'll have where he will just cuddle up after he's done eating and just love on me. I just love this little baby so much, and I am so thankful for him. I always like to take a few moments in the morning and just take him in and play with them, snuggle him, all of that stuff before the day begins. After Grant is done eating, we go ahead and head downstairs to try to get the big kids ready for school. Generally, they are all always awake, or at least 2 of them are awake by the time I come downstairs. My daughter and my oldest son have found the beauty in waking up early for school. That way they have a little bit of time to do some screens before they head off to school. They love that in the morning, and that's part of their screen time for the day, and I just allow that. And then my 4-year-old, well, I guess he's 5 now, my 5-year-old, oh my goodness, he is my early riser. So he always comes down in the morning before I come down, and I'm fine with that. But I went ahead and got their breakfast ready. On this particular morning, we are running out of groceries, so everybody kind of just requested different things. Some people ate cereal, some kids ate waffles, Paxton wanted some eggs, so I was kind of all over the place in terms of like making breakfast instead of just doing like one communal breakfast like I normally do. But that's okay, it is what it is. I got them all fed before school, and that is the goal. I love to look at them sitting around the table early in the morning. It just makes me realize how blessed I am. My daughter's hair was cracking me up. She fixed it herself, and then this week is Dr. Seuss week, so she had 2 different bows, which is fine. It's fun. It was like Silly Sock Day and Dr. Seuss colors, so I don't know. It went with the week. And if you're wondering why in the world I put syrup on a plate with eggs, Paxton loves to dip his eggs in syrup. He always requests that. He'll say, I want eggs with a fork and syrup. And he loves it, and so we rock it. After I went ahead and got all their breakfast, though, it was time to pack lunches. I honestly hate packing lunches, hate it. but buying lunch every day is super expensive, and my kids don't like a lot of the food that the school offers, so I feel like I pack lunches constantly throughout the week. At the beginning of the year, I had a great system to like really make this easier, but I have slacked a little bit on that system. I still had some things that I had went ahead and prepackaged on Sunday night to help me with this week, but like I said, we're running low on groceries, and so the lunches were getting a little sparse for sure. It's actually funny because my son's preschool has like rules about what you have to pack in their lunchbox. Like they have to have one of every food group. And on days when I need to go to the grocery, like his lunches are pathetic. I feel like I throw the silliest things in there, and his teacher probably totally judges me. But she's had all of my kids in preschool, so I think she's just used to my crazy at this point. But I go ahead and put all their lunch boxes in their backpacks. That way I can assure that they get to school with them and that I don't forget them on the counter. And then usually during this time, I will fix my daughter's hair. But this particular day, like I said, she had already fixed her hair, but she did request that I put earrings in her ears. We hadn't put them in for a few weeks, so she was kind of wincing in pain a little bit as I tried to pop those through. And on mornings when I have to be out of the house early, I don't do my typical morning cleaning routine. I kind of just straighten up from breakfast a little bit, and I leave the dishes in the sink, leave the dishes in the dishwasher, and I deal with those when I get back from church because that's just too much to try to do all before 9:30 in the morning. At this point, the older kids are completely ready for school. They've already brushed their teeth, got their hair fixed, and their shoes on. So like I said, they get to enjoy a little bit of screen time. And Grant just sits over here and eats and plays in his high chair until I get him out. He's always so content and happy, and I love him for that. So the bus comes at 8:30, so we still had a little bit of time. And I wasn't feeling super rushed, so I went ahead and started a load of laundry. Like I said, I do like to start a load every morning. It helps me kind of like keep up with my laundry. Sometimes I do that on Tuesday mornings before I leave the house, and sometimes I don't. But at this point, I was going to have enough time to run it before I actually had to leave. So I went ahead and started a load. That way I wasn't so overwhelmed by laundry when I got home. After laundry, it was time to get Grant and Paxton dressed. This particular morning, Davis was sleeping in. He's usually my child that sleeps in the most, and I wasn't going to wake him up until about 10 minutes before we had to leave. Usually that's what I do on super early mornings like this, and I just give him like a Ziploc bag of cereal or something to eat in the car on the way to wherever we're going. And that seems to work out the best for Davis, because if you wake him up too early, he is a nightmare. But I just went ahead and got Mr. Grant dressed, and then I got Paxton dressed and ready for preschool. And I don't know if you all ever do it, but I had actually recorded footage of Paxton brushing his teeth and me getting his hair fixed, but it turns out I didn't actually push record, so you will miss that little bit of footage in today's vlog. I mean, I know you guys are so sad about that, but it's always like super disappointing when you think you've recorded something and then you haven't actually pushed record. But that is what it is. That's a morning with 5 kids. If that was the biggest thing that went wrong, I think that we had a good morning. At this point, we had about 5 minutes before the bus came, so I went ahead and got the older kids to head to the front so we could watch for the bus. I did tell Caleb that he could finish his show on his iPod. He was almost finished with it. It was like some kind of animal rescue show, so I told him he could watch until the bus arrived. And then I did try to go ahead and set them down and say a quick prayer with them. I try to do this every morning. Sometimes it's super simple, like, God, please keep them safe. But I do try to like send them off with a quick prayer. My husband also arrived home from an early morning meeting, so he wanted to stop in and see the kids before they left for school. And Grant was so happy to have Daddy. McKinley also loves when Grant is around in the morning. She is obsessed with that baby. Like, so obsessed, but how could you not be? I mean, look at him. He is so stinking cute. So we got our Grant snuggles and giggles in before school. to say that I love our new house, and especially because of the bus stop. The bus comes straight to our yard, so we do not have to rush off in the morning and go to a bus stop and wait for the bus. I can just watch for the bus outside my door and make sure the kids get on safely, and it's super great. It makes my life so much easier. Do you see the bus?
Yeah.
Bus. Bus. Now that the older kids are off to school, it is my turn to actually get ready for the day. So I brought Grant up to my room, and I just went ahead and started drying my hair and trying to get myself presentable for my mom's group. Y'all, just ignore that hideous wallpaper border that is in my room. Like I've said previously in past vlogs, this is the last room that we have to tackle in terms of major renovation, and it just needs a facelift, but that hasn't happened yet. So anytime I'm in my master bedroom, just ignore the decor. It's not me. It's just how the house still is. But we can take a moment and appreciate how stinking adorable Grant is. He kept waving to himself in my big mirror, and I wanted to eat him. After I dried my hair, I went ahead and put on some makeup and tried to fix my hair and get ready. I am not like a huge makeup person, but I have noticed that the older I get, the more makeup I do need. And I had actually gone into Sephora the other day and grabbed some samples to try. I did not like the concealer that I got at all. She compared it to the Shape Tape concealer that I've heard so many good things about, but apparently Sephora does not have that. It's only at Ulta, but I didn't like it. It did not even cover anything. The foundation sample that I picked up was okay. I mean, I like it, but I don't think I will be actually purchasing it. But I did go ahead and finish my makeup, and my husband came up to take Grant downstairs for me. He was actually going to get Davis dressed and ready for me this morning, which was super helpful. That way I wasn't trying to like get ready, wake him up last minute, and still get there on time. So I had a few moments to actually try to like manage this hair a little bit. My hair's super weird because it is, like I said, super naturally curly, but the front pieces are not. Like my front pieces are basically straight, and so I really have to like take the time to touch those up and curl them to make them actually look presentable. I don't know, it's weird. And McKinley has my exact same hair type, and Grant actually seems to have my exact same hair type. The front of his hair is also straight, and then the back is super curly. So that is what it is. We just rock what we can. My hair's also in this weird in-between phase where I really need to go get it cut, and I need to get my color touched up. But mom life, like I literally have not been to the salon since like October, and I just never can find the time to do it or the money to really like go like spend on yourself. Like, I don't know, maybe I am just like a little bit, I don't know, I feel bad about spending a lot of money on myself to go drop like $150 for a haircut and color. It's not my favorite thing. But I got my hair a little bit okay this morning, and then went ahead and put on my lipstick and just finished off my look for that morning. I don't think I've ever done an outfit of the day, but I figured I would just show you guys what I was wearing since I am doing a morning routine anyways. Ignore the fingerprints all over that mirror, and like I said, ignore the hideous background in my room. But at this time, it was time for me to leave, so I went ahead and said bye to Paxton because Nick was going to take him to school, and then I got the babies loaded up and ready. It was 9:03, and I needed to be there by 9:10, so we were good to go. That is going to conclude my weekday morning routine. I hope that you all liked this video. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you are new here, I would love for you to subscribe and join me in this crazy YouTube journey. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you on the next video.